junk science could also be called flawed forensics. So we talk about wrongful convictions because of pattern and practice evidence like fingerprints or something like that. We talk about arson investigations, and we talk about even DNA and perhaps how DNA isn't always infallible. And then at the end of the course, we talk about, okay, so the prosecutor's trying to use junk science. What do you do? What kind of motions do you file? And if junk science has been used against your client, how do you go about trying to correct that if they're in prison? Because it's only one credit, it's an easy way to kind of dip your toe into a different and unique topic area. I had several students who came to me and said, I'm not going to practice criminal law, but this seemed really interesting and I wanted to learn about it. And so one of the things that we talked about was how science can actually enter the courtroom in many different ways, not just in a criminal context. I started talking a lot more about experts. How do you find experts? What kind of expert are you looking for? And then how you can use depositions and treatises and expert publications to kind of attack the use of the science against your client in a way that may not be accessible for a criminal defense attorney. Wrongful convictions are almost always caused by junk science, at least tangentially. If we're going to use forensic science in the courtroom, there has to be an avenue to pursue whenever the science changes, number one. And number two, attorneys need to be skeptical in the very beginning. They need to look at the evidence. They need to understand the basics of the science that is being presented against their client. And they need to come up with a way to adequately combat that at the beginning so that we don't end up with people who've been wrongfully convicted using what then becomes junk science in the future.